Well, hello. How are you? Welcome to Beamer's Crafty Corner. I am Bema, better known as Els, and this is Harry. Yeah, it's his show. We all know this. We figured it out this morning. Yeah, it's the Harry show. Hi, baby. Hi. You know I don't even like cats, right? You know I don't like cats. Yeah, I'm a dog person. Okay. I'll just sit here and be a cat person for a few minutes. Put your butt down. Nobody wants to see that. Seriously, nobody wants to see it. Like we all know that you trust us, okay? All righty. Hi, baby. What you doing? Just hassling my mom. Get down. Go on. Scram. Scram. All righty. So, stuff to do. Stuff to do. All right. So tonight, we are going to. We didn't put anything in the idea book last night, but I don't think we needed to. But today, we're going to make a little mini album kind of thing from a die. Yeah. So it's a little die, does this little page, and it has all of the pieces and parts that we need to make this. So we're going to do it with a die, but I'm going to show you how to do it without the die. Okay? So where is it? Envelope. Here is that envelope. What? What, baby? What? Oh, do you need treats? I'm sorry. You're right. Let me feed him. Hold on. We all know how he is. There you go. Nope, it's in the bowl. I put it in the bowl. Come on. Yeah, see? I put it in the bowl. In the bowl. I'm trying to get him used to eating from his bowl and not just getting food from me. So we're hoping that works. Okay. So this is the die set, but I have all the pieces and parts glued onto pieces of paper. Okay. So let's see. That out of the way. Here we go. This one. All righty. So I'm going to cut these pieces out, but I've already cut most of it so that we can do this a lot quicker. So you have an outside piece. You have the mat. It's slightly smaller than the other piece. And you have a back piece. These are the three most important pieces to making the little book, okay? So I'm going to cut these last ones, and then we're going to put it together. No machine shaming. This thing's older than most people. In cutter life, cutter years, this thing's like 10 years. No, it's like 30 or 40 years old in cutter life. Okay, so I'm putting my die on an angle at whenever possible. Keeps it from going clunk, clunk. Clunk, clunk, clunk. Clunk, clunk. Okay. So that is a page. Let me get my die off of here. There's the die. Because even a die like that, I'll lose, right? Now, this die is, the inside piece, is almost, it's just a hair under 6 inches. So, you want to be careful when you put it on a piece of 6 by 6. I'm just going to cut that off so I can get a little bit of an angle on this. Okay. And if you're new to die cutting, a couple of quick things. One, you want to cut your die face down towards your paper. Okay. So you want to take your cutting blade, and I'll show you on the next one because that one is going to really make sense. If I can find it. Where did I put it? Here it is. So this die, those are our cutting blades. So we put the cutting blades face down on the paper, okay? I've had people that have cut these things and they've gone, hey, it didn't cut out. Okay, well, what did you do? And then we walk through it and they put it in upside down and they want to know why it didn't work. All right, so this is our spine, and we actually need 2 of these, but I've already cut them. So I'm just cutting this one for giggles, just to show you guys. So there we go. I'm going to get this piece of tape off. That's just low-tack tape.
Mike from Cox.
And I believe that is all the pieces that we need, what I pre-cut and what I have here. So let me get this out of the way. Working in the shop all day today, I listed 42 items. Like good gravy. All right, so these are our pages.
Hey, Will, this is Mike with Cox Business Support calling on a recorded line. I spoke to Todd a few minutes.
And this is our
really good. Another fun-filled day.
mats.
Never the same thing.
And then
never the same thing twice ever at this job.
we have our
Yeehaw.
2 pieces that are going to be our spine.
So
we have
I
3.
talked to Todd a few minutes ago. Since I got off the phone with him about 15 minutes ago, I've been
so as you can see, one die fits just inside the other.
Like
That's because it's a mat and the actual page.
No power or something.
Now, also included in here
I understand
are
you're on site.
some other pieces.
Okay.
This die comes with a slot, like a V shape.
All right.
It has a little pocket that'll fit around the front of this pocket. It has this pocket here. It also has a banner tag and this like little star thing.
I understand you got a modem there with a MAC address and address ending in Alpha Frank 42.
So I'm going to put these away for now.
Okay, that's the one I'm looking for, and it keeps telling me it's offline no matter what I try.
Okay. So now I have that. We're going to take the back spine pieces and we are going to fold and burnish the score marks that are on here. But here's the thing. We're going to actually fold them both ways. I know I always say hills into valleys, valleys into hills, but we're going to fold these both ways. Why? Because we want them to have a little bit of give.
And you found that particular modem?
And if you screw one up like I just did, you're going to need more than 2 cut
MAC
anyway.
address, last 4 Alpha Frank 42.
Cover's working.
All right. And that's got power going to it. You
Now,
rebooted
they
that.
made this one very small, and I don't like that, but it is what it is.
And it's
Carla!
got a cable line going to it.
Hey, Stace. All right, so we are folding and burnishing this. Now, I always get a little bit concerned whenever I have a piece that's like a die that's got the score marks in it, because I'm always afraid it's going to cut through, you know? But this, I don't worry too much about it because this one is going to be that's my alarm that tells me I'm supposed to be live. I usually turn it off, but I screwed up and snoozed it. I'm always worried that they're going to, like break through, but not a problem. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue these 2 together to make my whole back piece. So let me show you. So this is our side. And then we have a fin.
Take time to load up,
I have really got that folded wrong. Let me fold this other one. There we go. Much better. All right, so our little piece goes on the outside. So we're going to glue these two together. The two bigger ones. There's a little teeny flap, and then there's regular size flaps. We're going to glue the regular size flaps together. Excuse me. You can use tape for this if you want to. It's entirely up to you.
All right. The lights are starting to light up and do the thing.
Glue never worky.
Dancing lights.
Glue never worky. Oh, God. Yeah, I spent the whole day in the shop today, working in the shop.
What's the business hours of that place?
I think it was 43 items that I either relisted or listed for the first time.
6 p.m. to 2 a.m.? All right.
So we're going to put the two bigger sides together. We want them straight. So yesterday I got let's finish this shop. So I was in there today doing all of the things, all of the things that I have to do in the shop. I listed stuff, relisted stuff. I had to do photographs today. I photographed like 100 items.
What are those lights showing? Are they lighting up?
You took 2 naps?
They're blinking.
Yay. Okay, so now we want to have like a slot and another fin. So we're going to push these two together.
And they're all solid?
To glue it.
Huh.
Like I said, you could use tape for this if you want to. I don't want to. So basically, we're not going to count the first little fin.
Oh, there we go.
And then we're going to skip a fin.
I'm just not patient enough, apparently.
And then we're going to skip a fin. And then we'll skip a fin and put one in. So that gives us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 covers, 3 pages.
Get some more details. Wait for it all to load up.
All right, and we have that. That's kind of warbly. I know it's warbly. We'll straighten it up and tighten it up. Hi, Michelle. Yes, glue is a more economical choice. But some people like their tape. What can I say? All right, so now we are going to take some time to glue these on. So we want to make sure that they go on the fronts. How do you tell the front of a die cut? It kind of goes down a little bit. It's like a rounded edge on it. That's the part that we want. So we're going to glue these all down. You can just tape. I'm going to use tape. It's probably faster if I just use my tape runner. Here we go. Oh, screw it. I'm going to use glue. We all know how I am. If you want to ink before you do this. Now, the ladies last night chose the color. Yesterday during the live. Yeah, so I took probably about 100, 120 pictures today. And I listed a whole bunch of stuff. And listed and relisted.
All right, that's getting better.
Because, and you want to put, you only want to put the paper on one side. So I cut way too many pieces of paper, but that's okay. One side. Why? Because the way the pages are going to go in. Great. I have glue all over my hands.
All right, looks like it's up. You try picking it to make
Hey,
sure that it's
Gypsy. -14. Holy crap.
up. You got a router connected to this, or
Lord. I don't even know what 14 degrees feels like, okay? I am a big wussy. That's not entirely true. I lived in Alaska. We left my mom's on the 6th of July. My mom lived in Southern California, and her birthday was the 4th of July. So Alex was young. She was only like 2.5, maybe. So we went to my mom's for the 4th of July because we were on our way from Arizona to Alaska. So I went from Arizona in July, 120 degrees. We drove the Cal-Am Highway, Can-Am Highway, which is the Canadian American Highway. And it is the main route into Western Canada from the U.S. And so they call it the Alcan. And so we did that. And we drove up to Alaska. We had some fun along the way. At one point, they put us on a detour that went through the woods, and there were moose. And my pit bull found her inner dog. She wanted to eat them. You try to tell a 95-pound pit bull she's not allowed to eat things. But we got to Alaska. We left July the 6th. That's when we left Southern California. It took us 7 days to get there. So let's think about that for a second. I was there middle of July. The first day we were there, it was a little chilly, but it wasn't like dying cold. Like I wasn't walking around in boots and a parka. Yeah, there's a big section of it that's gravel. So middle of July, I am in Alaska. And we got there, and they did not have housing for us right away because they didn't expect us for another few days. So they put us up in the base hotel, which is like studio apartments. So they put, I don't care if you got 15 people in your family, you're getting a studio apartment. It's like a small junior 1-bedroom kind of thing. So me, the ex-husband, Alex's biological father, and my dog are all staying in this little hotel room, basically. And the next morning we got up because we got a phone call and they said, come over, we have housing for you. And we went, okay. My ex was in the military, he was in the Air Force. And we walked outside and there was 6 inches of snow on the ground. Middle of July.
All right. Apologize for Louis. Just trying to
6 inches of snow.
That for the password modification.
I was like, are you kidding me?
All right.
Are you kidding? It was cold. Now, I either didn't count the pieces and parts that I needed right, or I didn't count the pieces and parts that I cut. Who knows? I screwed something up, Dumpling. Yeah. Each wish cold. It was also the funnest thing in the world because when we were moving into our house, into our place, it had snowed. And so my ex-husband had like dug out a section of the ground.
Well,
We had no winter
I mean,
clothes for the baby
CBS
because
ID.
we didn't expect it to be snow when we got there. We expected, we'd be there like a month or something,
are
get
you
some
able
winter
to see
clothes
that
for the baby.
being put out as 3430 Eagle? Or the Eagles bar? So you see the Eagle bar
And,
SSID, right?
yeah.
Okay, and I'm sorry.
Every time we put her down, she would
looking at the
scream
wrong thing while I was
because
speaking the right thing.
her feet
So
disappeared
the
because we bought her
password
white
is
boots.
3430 Eagle, capital E, lowercase AGLE.
So what we're going to do is we're going to put these on here, but we're going
And
to
that's
glue
for the
one on
primary
each side,
Wi-Fi.
like this.
Okay. Let's take a look at the guest.
One on each side of the fin. So I'm going to glue one on, and then I'm going to glue the
I'll
other
be
one
honest,
to it.
it doesn't look like the guest one has been actually set up at any point in time, really, because I show it as
Okay, so first
okay,
one,
so then we don't care about the guest. All right,
putting it on here.
all right.
Like
In that
this.
case, you're in. Not a problem. Is there anything else I might be able to assist you with? Does it seem to be working? You're able to get online?
And then we're going to
it's
put
happy
glue
day
all
yet?
over this one. Now, if I want to make this into a pocket or
All right,
something,
not a
I'm
problem.
going to
I'll
leave
give Todd a call back and let him know that we were successful.
that
and I've
side
given you
open
guys
at
the,
the top.
Wi-Fi
So,
password.
it's entirely up to you. I'm just going to glue
For the
mine down
primary Wi-Fi.
at this point.
All right. All right. Anything else I can assist with? All right, buddy.
I don't
You
need this
guys
to
have
be a
yourselves a
pocket.
fantastic evening now. All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.
So now this one is just going to go right here. And I'm going to make sure that I match everything up. And that's a page. And then we have another fin. So we're going to put another set on. Yeah, that'll work. I'm trying to make sure that I match the colors the way I want them. I don't want it all icky.
Hey, Todd. This is Mike with Cox Business Support calling on a recorded line. How you doing today, kind sir? Oh, much better now that you guys are all good now. Yes, sir. I had talked with him, with Will, and Unique, I guess, was the name of the other guy working there with him. We went through, confirmed the equipment, got it working. It finally started showing up on my side of things. And because you had authorized Will to get the password and so on, I went ahead and checked the Wi-Fi, made sure that they were connected to the correct SSID, and gave them the password to be able to log in. All right. So, my pleasure. So, no need for a tech out, no need for a ticket. It's all wham bam. Thank you, ma'am. All right. All right, buddy. Not a problem. Yeah, Merry Christmas to you too. Thank you. Bye bye.
I think maybe we'll do this one. Yes, we're gonna do this one. I like this one. Did you fix it, honey?
I fixed it.
Good boy.
I am. Good.
All right. That on there. I'm the same way. Oh my God. I can't believe I just did that. There we go. I'm having an issue. There we go. It didn't want to glue and it slid. Okay, and then we're going to put this one on. Yeah, sure. Why not? Let's do this one. I don't want to do pockets. So I'm just putting these on. Making sure line everything up. Okay. Now we have to do our covers. What do we have left for covers? Okay. So this will have to be the cover on the other side over here. Because I fell about me down down. It's gonna be upside down. I don't care. It's going on anyway. All right, so this one, the flap for this is much smaller. So a little trickier. Because there's not a lot of space here. I don't know why they did it this way. I really don't. Because it's tiny. It is like 1/8 of an inch. I would recommend using non-directional paper when doing this because it makes a mess if you use directional. Yeah, living in Alaska is why I now live in the desert. Okay? That makes sense, right?
Shit. Wait.
It's a lot of weight, Daddy. Yeah, because it doesn't snow when it gets that damn cold. But I remember by late September, I woke up one morning and they have steam heat up there. That's like their big heating source is steam heat. And I woke up one morning and I walked into my daughter's nursery and there was ice on the walls where the heaters were. And so I called housing maintenance, hey. And he said, well, you have to da. And I said, no, I don't. I just got here. I've been here like 2.5 months. Get your butts over here and fix this crap. I'm from the freaking desert. And so I have a piece here that is 1 5/8 by 3 7/8. And this is what we're going to use to stabilize this whole thing. So we're going to put some glue on there. And then I'm going to put this on. Push these down. I hope I got it straight. It's definitely less floppy. All right, I'm going to do it this way so I can see what I'm doing. Glue piece on here. This is actually cut like exactly to the width of this. So it has to be exactly where it's supposed to be. Otherwise, it's going to be cock-a-doodle. So the nice thing about this binding is that these lay flat, okay? So we have that on there. I'm going to put a little bit of glue right here on the edge because it's not gluing down. That's my fault. I didn't put glue all the way to the edge. remember when I was a kid, we used to go on the local ponds to skate, to skate, and the trees would get covered in ice. It was always so pretty. And then I have this piece, which is 1.5 by 3 3/4, and I just thought, it would look pretty, so we prettied it. So now we have a little album book that you can put photos in for Christmas. Right? Okay. But nobody has to die, so let's do this for real. That was fun, but let's really do it. Yeah, I fully blame Alaska for why I have spent the last 35 years. The last 30 years living in the desert.
I blame Buffalo.
It's like, nope. Okay, so obviously we have to start with the base. So this one here is 5 inches tall, which I think is a pretty decent size for this kind of a little album. And so let me grab, this is 110-pound cardstock. I made this one out of regular cardstock, 65-pound. So it's not as thick as this one. So, because I want this to be thick. So let me grab my cardstock. Ow, stupid me. We are actually going to do this out of 110-pound. The pages, those can be out of thin paper, but I think this part needs to be out of the thick stuff. So anyway, so I went in my daughter's bedroom, and there was ice on the wall, and I called, and housing had to come over. Well, I went over to my bedroom to get dressed, and I opened up my bedroom window, and there was a moose standing outside my bedroom.
On the second floor.
And I lived on the second. I was up on the second floor in my bedroom. Yeah. Now, my brother had been in the Air Force, and he had actually been stationed at the same base. It's Eielson Air Force Base. And when he was up there, as you go into Eielson Air Force Base, there's this big turn like this, big arch. And one side of it is wooded, and the other side is like this big field. And my brother and his wife were coming in, and they were pregnant. They had the twins, but they were pregnant with their third daughter. And as they were coming in, it's all plowed and everything, but there was like this field, and there was a bunch of people playing in it. And so they stopped to play in the field because she had never played in snow in her life. She was born in Southern California, raised in Southern California. That was it. And so he was like, come on, let's play. So they got out of the car and they started to play in the snow, and they didn't realize it. But the other kids that had been there, they weren't kids, but the other kids, the teenagers and the kids that were there that were riding their snowmobiles in the area and, playing, building snowmen and stuff. They had left. So it was just the two of them and the two babies, and their babies were like a year old, year and a half old, right in that neighborhood. And my brother had dug a little bit of a hole and shoved a kid in each hole so that they weren't rolling around in the snow. And that actually will help to insulate them. And his wife screamed, my sister-in-law screamed. And my brother turned around to find a moose trying to walk off with one of the twins. Because apparently, mooses, if they think they found a neglected or in need of infant, they don't care if it's human or whatever, they will pick it up and take it home. Yeah. So, okay. All right. So we're going to cut this piece and we're going to cut it at, I think it's 5 inches. Pretty sure it's 5 inches tall. Yes, I made it 5 inches tall. So I'm just going to cut this piece at 5 inches. You know why I did it at 5 inches? Because that's the width of my cutter. This cutter. So I'm going to cut this at 5 inches. Okay. And then we're going to be doing some scoring on this. And this piece needs to be 6 1/4. So 6 1/4. I don't think I have a trimmer that'll cut to 6 1/4. Nope. 6 1/4. Let's take 2 1/4 off. 8 1/2, right? Let's double check that. Yeah. Okay. So that's our piece. And that's going to be our spiny. I hope I'm doing this right. I may be. I may not be. Yeah, raised by moose. I guess, and then, so my brother, like, he had no idea, and he's like freaking out, and some guy came around the corner, and he saw what was going on, and he stopped, and he got out of his car, and then started, like, making noises and banging some sticks. He's like, you have to make yourself really loud. All right, so this is going to be scored at 3/8, and then every 3 marks after that. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I feel like I'm doing 3 blind mice. 3 blind mice. 3 blind mice. I don't know where I'm at. I lost my position. 1, 2, 3. Score. 1, 2, 3. Score. Okay, 1, 2, 3. And score. Yes. Okay, and then 1, 2, 3. And score. I should write this stuff down. 1, 2, 3. And score. 1, 2, 3. And score. 1, 2, 3. Score. Did I do that right? I did. Okay. So every 3 ticks. Okay. Good Lord. And then just, accordion fold the whole thing. Each piece accordion folded. Because we just want to make the same fins. Bigger than 1/4 of an inch, not quite a 1/2 an inch. That's why I went with 3/8. Yeah, so then I moved there, like 2-3 years later, I move up there. And I said to my daughter's biological father, I said, we're not playing in the snow. And we pulled onto the base for the first time, and there it was, the field. The field where the moose tried to, and I couldn't help but think to myself when I looked out the window and there was a moose standing there just outside of my 2nd-story window that might have been the same moose. It was actually kind of funny because I actually had the exact same housing unit that my brother had when he was there with his wife and kids. for a short period of time. They were there in that housing unit because they had the twins, which count as one in the military. And then they had the third baby, which means they needed a bigger unit. So they got moved. Okay. Hi, Miss Mari. All right. So now we have this. We're going to do the same thing. So this is our outside piece. Skip one. Put these two together. Skip one. I hate using this craft paper. It does not glue. Let me think here. All right, we're going to have to use some tape. Because this stuff doesn't glue. Craft paper just doesn't glue. I don't know why. All right, so we're going to skip one. And seal this. Okay. Put those together. And then we'll skip one and tape. We do these craft with me, man. I gotta find simpler projects to do. Yeah, I took so many photographs today. My camera battery died. It's my cell phone battery, and it died. All right, skipping one. Putting tape on the next one. Skip that one. Go to this one. You okay, G? And I'm using baloney tape because it's so much better. All right, and then we're skipping one. You guys can see this. We're skipping one. We're taping here. If I can find the end of my tape. Okay. One tape here. And hopefully I did this right. This one off. Put these two together. Yep. You want to have two flaps on each side. One to put your board on and one to have your space. Somewhere along here I did this wrong. It goes there. That's a space, and then this one goes like that. Hold on, I did it wrong. I'll get it. Why didn't anybody stop me? Okay. Use some glue now that I've torn the paper. Okay. So this goes this way. Because you basically want to have a flap. And that, and then this comes up. And then I don't have a thing. I wouldn't have a thing. So I'm just going to cut this one off because I want to have two on this end. So I'm just going to cut that off right there. I thought I was doing it right, but it wasn't. Okay. All right. So now I have flaps on the ends and then my flaps through the middle. And now I just need to cut my pages. And this one's so much easier because, you know, there's not all that extra stuff. So these are going to be 5 inches tall. I'm going to get regular cardstock, though. I don't need 110. That'll be way too heavy. Whoa. Whoa. Yeah, I'm not going to use craft either because the craft is like 65-pound craft cardstock is not great. All right, so we're going to cut some 5-inch pages because our pages are going to be 5 inches tall. And then how long do we want them? We want it to be like really big. I don't think so. I'm thinking like 5 by 6. So let's take off 2.5. So every 2 is 1 page. So we need 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 pieces. I'm not going to get that out of this, but we're going to try. I got more. If I need more, we'll get more. Yeah, 2.5. 2.5. So, what are your guys' plans for Christmas? What are we doing? Anybody have plans for Christmas?
They're all spending them with you.
Is anybody traveling for Christmas? While I'm sitting here chopping paper? Uh-oh. We're going to be 1 short. Yeah, I don't have it. That's the other color. Well, crapo. We'll figure it out. Well, this is just a mock-up anyway. So we'll cut it out of some different paper. Let me look. I'm going to cut it out of this piece because, like I said, it's just a mock-up anyway. Okay. Now this can go away. You're gonna do Santa Claus for the Santa Claus for the meals. I love doing that. You're gonna make tamales. You sending me tamales? I bet you make good tamales. I haven't had a good tamale since my ex-husband's aunt passed away. That woman. I loved her to death. We went over there. She was real sick. And so we went over there because everybody was telling us, you got to go see Micha. You got to go see her because, and I was like, okay, so we'll go see Micha. And so we go over to Micha's. And this woman, who's supposedly on her deathbed, sees my son and immediately gets out of bed. I'm going to go make him some tamales and we're going to make him some relleno. And she is just cooking up a storm. This woman has not been out of bed in a week. All of a sudden, she's in the kitchen in her little apron and her house shoes and her little nightgown, and she's cooking for him. Come here, mule. I'm like, oh my God. Micha, go back to bed. She's like, no. The baby, he needs food. Look at, he's so small. Oh my God, Micha. He was like almost 11 pounds when he was born. He's a heifer. She spoiled him. Even in the hospital, actually on her deathbed, she's dying. She was in hospice care. He was the only person she recognized. Not her sisters, not her sisters' husbands, not her kids. Him, she recognized. Oh. I like the chicken ones. I'm kidding. Don't you dare send me. All right. So I'm going to put my pages on. Glue or tape, whichever you prefer. I really should be using tape because we've already proven that the glue does not stick. But going to try it anyway. Someone have one odd. Let it flow, let it flow. You don't need to squeeze the bottle anymore. Just let it flow, let it flow. Yeah. You make beef tamales? I like beef tamales too. I love tamales. I'm gonna have to go down to the Smiths and see if the little Mexican lady's in the parking lot. She comes up to me every year. Tamales? Yes. Two things I get at Smith's. Tamales and Girl Scout cookies. Yeah, no, I don't do any of them because I'm lazy. Also, my husband has a family recipe for abondigas, and my ex-husband, and if he does not Give that freaking recipe to me so I can put it down for my children and grandchildren. I'm going to beat him because that recipe will die with him. I hate that man sometimes. I love him to death, but I hate that man sometimes. Today was my brand new daughter-in-law's birthday. Yep. Newly minted daughter-in-law. Yeah, you know, the one that just got married to my son. Bless her heart. I mean that in the nicest way, but she's married to my son. Yeah, never make tamales with somebody who has OCD. Exactly. I don't make tamales. Somebody actually made a joke about my son at Nietzsche's funeral too. They were like, "Don't let when the casket goes by, don't let Nietzsche see the baby. She'll get up out of it." She would too. I need somebody who can make a good abundagus. I like abundagus. My ex-husband used to make it for me, and the little SOB won't give up the damn recipe for the kids. And I don't understand why, because it was his mother's recipe, which means he should pass it on to the children. It's one of those family things. The kids should get it. I'm just saying. I know I'm the ex-wife, but you know what? His mama would have loved me, so I would have had it. I'm just saying. I haven't made menudo in years. Ever since I quit drinking. And nobody around me drinks. Although I should probably make it for my son-in-law because he drinks. I messed with my ex-husband one time. He got shit-faced drunk, and I told him, I said, you know, in Mexico, when you're drunk, they give you menudo. He's like, yeah. I said, well, in Ireland, when you're drunk, that's not what they give you. He's like, nothing can be worse than menudo. Really? Let me introduce you to this little dish called haggis. He did not think I was amusing at that point. He was like, oh, no. Do you know you actually cannot make haggis in the United States? It's actually illegal. I don't know. Just good organ meat. Some people don't find that amusing. It stings to high heaven, though. It really does. It's probably why you can't cook in the U.S. Because it's stinky food. Very, very stinky food. All right. So now I have all my pages on, just like I did with the other one, only this one we did on our own. And then we need to measure this because we want to brace that up. And it is 1 3/4 inches by 5. So we have our 5-inch piece. We'll just get to 1 3/4 inches. And what I'm going to do is back this off just a hair. And then I'm going to put glue on here. And we're going to put this on. I have made a mess with glue everywhere. But that is what is going to strengthen, again, strengthen the spine. And then you can, cut another piece to go on there as well. See, this is the problem. Craft paper does not like glue. It really doesn't. Yeah, they say no, not the stomach. But yeah. Although in several states, it is legal to do it on certain days of the year. All right, so that's our thing. Now, if you wanted to, you could cut these with different dies and stuff, to give them an edge, or you could just come in and just, round your corners if you're lazy like me. And like I said with the other one, if you want to make pockets or something, just glue around the edges of these. Don't glue, hanging checkers everywhere. So that's your little book. And you can put your pictures and stuff into it. And if you want the pockets, just glue on 3 sides and leave it open so you can put stuff in as pockets. If you want other kinds of pockets, you can put other kinds of pockets on it. Put whatever you want on it. It's yours. If you want this to be a little bit firmer, just add more paper here. Add another paper, like one of your decorated papers. Boop, put it on there. Boop. Whatever. Washi tape, whatever. Okay? This is a little photo album. So this is the one that is made from the die. And that's our dupe. There and there. Which I put the paper on upside down, completely upside down. It goes this way now. It's a Japanese book. It goes to, you open it to the right, to the left. I don't know. Because I got the paper upside down. I'm sorry. All right. It's big enough I could put that on there. Yeah, so that was my play for today. So I'm gonna get this out of the way real quick. Get these over here. Let's take a look at this because this morning nobody came in. Nobody was here this morning. Hamburger stew in the crock pot. That sounds good. I made beef stew yesterday.
Yes, I need to make a bowl of that
soon. It's so weird to just cook for 2 people, I don't do it often. Nap number 1. All right, so we have a bunch of things going on for 2026. Like we're planning stuff out already, right? So we have a Projects of 26 challenge, and I'm sort of leaning towards the project theme thing again. where we had the cards and we did like one a week where it said, make a tag and include yarn or something. So I'm sort of leaning towards that one because I've gotten a lot of positive feedback on that, but I don't know. But we do have Rolodex cards. We have altered index cards. We have the project theme one, and then we have some single signatures. We could do single signatures again, and that's only 12. Excuse me. That's only 12 projects for the whole year. Because we only make one a month.
Oh, come on. You didn't come in when I
That's
came in.
That's okay. I'm just messing with you guys. I'm messing with you guys. God, you don't have to apologize. I am messing. Okay, so swaps for the year. We have an ephemera swap. We have a tag base swap, which I think is a good idea because, like I would basically, make tags and like this would be. I looked at this morning and said this would be an adorable tag. Put a hole through there. That's an adorable tag. But basically, send people a bunch of tag bases that they can make tags out of because some of us have like tag dies and they're really cool. And we never use them and we don't share them. So a tag base die would be, a tag base swap would be good. You just cut out, however many tags you want. An embossing swap where you take your embossing folders and emboss paper and send the paper to somebody. And of course, the washi swap, which everybody likes. She's burning PTO. And then we came up with some themes for other journals other than the ones that are in the bags. Spider kitties from Mars. Yeah. Colors. We could do journals based on color. We did the floofy pink one, but we could do, any color we want. I would like to do a Phantom of the Opera, but I'm having a hard time locating things to use in it. But it's still on the list so that I think about it. Ancient crafts. So something that's like about, the things that used to be crafted in like the 70s. I'm kidding. And then we thought about some cultural themes like Egyptian and Mayan, that kind of like Aztec and stuff. We thought about some of those. Destination travels, books that are specifically to a destination. So Spain, London, Portugal, Bermuda, whatever. Mushrooms. We do a mushroom journal. I could do another grimoire, a book of shadows, because those are always so different and they're naked journals, really. Little Women. What about Little Women? We might be able to do Little Women. Arlene suggested like a holiday mashup, because people do fall journals and they do spring journals and then, they do an Easter journal and then they do a Christmas journal. And we said, why don't we just put all the damn holidays in one journal? So we could do that. Also, I added Edith Holden to the list. I know I'm insane. I'm going to behave this time. I swear I will. Yes.
Hello.
Shrunken Napple granny heads. Those things were the best.
Hi, this is Mike with
right up there with mop head
Can you hear me okay?
stuffed dolls. Loved those. I may decide to do a collaboration.
Who do I have the pleasure of speaking
I'm
with?
kind of talking to some designers to see if we can get some stuff.
All right, I'll be honest, my spelling is atrocious.
I'm going to maybe do some possibly do some naked journals and put them in the shop. Also, we're going to play Pick a Journal again this year, where you guys are going to submit your ideas for what you would like as a journal. And I will pick one blindly and make that journal for whoever it is. We are thinking about bringing back the mystery swap game. The mystery swap game is pretty basic. I send you, 3 or 4 craft items, not huge ones, and they don't have to be brand new. They're just out of my craft room. I send them to you. You send me 3 or 4 things out of your craft room, and we both make something out of what we get. We don't talk about what we're sending each other. And then,
Thank you. Appreciate it.
So that's always fun. And then we post, we have like 2 weeks to do it or something like that. We do whatever we want and then we post it. We're going to be doing some file folder projects, lots of file folder projects.
Is it possible?
And I have figured out, I think I have figured out the tape for this. Somebody sent me this during the washi swap and it's cool.
Well, this
But I
is
want to
the phone
see
number that
if
came
we
in
can
then
do
on
this
the
with
ticket.
alcohol links, with our sprays
Yeah,
and stuff.
1-800
So I'm going to try that, and if I can, then I'm going to do a whole video and show you guys everything about it. What else?
Well, I haven't called them. I just called you because that's the only phone number I got on this ticket to call you guys. So what would be
Yeah,
the
we could do a
appropriate phone
shop your
number to call them?
stash. Like no buying anything for a month. You got to
That's
shop your
not at all what I
stash.
said. I said 1-800-333-0700. So you got a different number for the group?
Yeah. So if you have any swap ideas, if you have any input for the Projects of 26 Challenge, or you have any theme ideas for journals for this year,
all right.
let me know.
I really
Email me,
appreciate the assistance
put it in
on
the
this matter.
Facebook group,
So
drop me an instant
that's
message, whatever, okay?
Oh, that's fine. So that's the right group to be talking to for this, right?
So that I can kind of see what I can get for them.
No, I need to work with them. I'm seeing this.
Ooh,
They
that would be
reported
fun.
the circuit is down and not working, or loss of signal, and I am seeing the ports up on our side.
And I might be able
but
to
I'm only
actually
seeing people I've packets
get some
coming
stuff for
from
that
your equipment
right
on
now.
site.
Because it's so popular,
Transmit and the managed port for us is flying.
So-
it looks great.
So we have
We're just
lots of
not
ideas
seeing
going
anything.
on.
You guys really
This
are
week is going to be very busy. This coming week. We're going to start the week off with
I really
our,
appreciate that. I'll try calling them on that now. Thank you.
not so family
Fantastic.
friendly feud
Bye-bye.
game. That is going to be the first thing this week. And then there's 2 tutorial videos coming. And the last of the boxes for the Christmas of 25 boxes. There will be yes, Pinterest is plethora. Oh, but see, like my daughter, I can just go over to her house and steal stuff. Yeah. So I will I'll actually do this in a video so that anybody who watches this goes, what the hell did she just do? It'll be on a video. I'll do it as a video as well, so that you all can see how to build one of these your very, very own. You guys can know. Also, let me see if I've got this. Let me over here, there. I gotta go here. Oh, I don't know why I don't put this where I can actually get to it. Grab this. All right, let me put this in here. So this is Rose's link to Rose's channel, and aside from the fact that she's my friend and I'm sending you over there, the reason I want you to go over there is because I'm doing this collaboration, but my video doesn't come out until the 23rd, which means the collaboration is pretty much over at that point. And who's going to want to go back 2 days before Christmas and watch a bunch of Christmas videos? And that's basically what they are. They're all Christmas crafting. So I want you guys to go over to Rose's so that you can get the list of people that are participating, and you can go check out those channels. But more importantly, so that you guys get the same opportunities to enter into the drawings for the prizes, because there's going to be prizes in this collab. And I want you guys to, be able to do that. And you can't do it if you don't know how to do it. And you won't know how to do it coming from my mouth until
This is Mike with Cox
my video comes out on the
calling
23rd.
recorded line.
So go over to Rose's, listen to her tell you how to do it, and then
Yeah,
go and do that.
I was looking for. All right. And before I do that, who do I have the pleasure of working with tonight?
All right.
Abdul, you said?
Who else do I have? I think that's it, guys. I think that is absolutely everything.
Okay, I hope I spelled that right. ABDU OULE.
I'll tell you some of the names Hubbard has to figure out how to spell.
UL. All right. Sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
Abdul, thank you so much. I appreciate that.
So that's it. That's what we got going. I've got
number here,
some kind of 12 by 12 pocket thing video going. I don't know what that is. And then I have
2025.
Well, let's go see what it is.
1213.
I'll tell you if it's even worth watching. Going into the studio right now. Let's see if this video is even worth watching. Content coming up. Let's see. Okay, so one is a tucked pocket flip with a secret pocket. Let's see if I can figure out which one that is. Oh, yeah.
I logged
Okay.
into all the equipment. I run some
That one's pretty
tests
cool.
to the HFC modem that's involved in
And
this.
then the other
I've got
one
no packet loss or latency to
is
the modem. I'm logged into
a multi-pocket
the
ever
scene
from
on
12 by
site,
12
and I see
single-sided
that
card
up
stack.
and passing two-way traffic on the network work quite well.
So we got
However,
2, and then we have a
the
strip destroyer coming
focus
out the week
port,
after
I am
that.
seeing plenty of
And we are
transmit,
working on the craps,
but
you know,
very
the
little receive.
back to basic type stuff.
Have you checked the
So we
equipment
got a lot
on
of that
site?
stuff going on. All right, so if you
It's a,
communicate with a higher power in any way, talk to them about Washington State, okay? And Oregon.
all right.
Because it's coming down to Washington
Okay,
State
and I
right
see
now, but I have to
access
tell
hours
you,
are 8 to 5
crap rolls
Monday through
downhill,
Friday, so I'm
and so I have a
assuming
feeling
you're
Oregon's
gonna
going to be getting some of it too. Yes, as far as I'm concerned, Oregon is downhill from Washington.
All right, I'll set it for our
All right.
team to check it.
So that's
24
my
hours.
public service announcement.
But yeah,
If you're new here and
I
you've done so already, hit the button.
report
Why not?
on our,
Subscribe.
facility
It doesn't
event.
hurt you. Doesn't cost
All
you
I'm
anything.
seeing
It's
is like
free.
people I've received
But do that,
from
and then
end users. So it's got to be something there.
hang around, because I will insult you. I
All
offend
right.
and insult everybody. I really do. It's
And I will
not on
send the
purpose. I'm
e-bond
just one of
update.
those
Is there
upfront,
anything
in your
else I can
face
try
kind
to
of
assist
people.
you with today on this
And
time,
so I
sir?
end up, ticking somebody off somewhere along the way. Also, if you want to cyber stalk me,
I really
click down
appreciate
on
the
the
assistance
description
you
below.
guys
Click
are
on the
doing
more
with
button.
this.
It's going to tell you my email address, my Etsy, my Facebook. It's going to tell you everything. So you can go down there and you can check all that out, and you can stalk me. Ask Michelle. She's making a career out of it. I love you guys. And remember, even though it's cold, you can still dehydrate. So please hydrate. Okay? Until I see you again, stay well, my friends. I love you guys. Bye.